football.
Test 1, 2. All right. We finally made it to first pitch. Had a little bit of a weather delay, but they are going to play this game. How is everybody doing? Richard Holdridge here, Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. It's the Lagrange Grangers coming up from I-185, taking on the Columbus Bluedevils. Richard Holdridge here on the call. R.J. Griffin on the mound for the Bluedevils. As we'll try to get that starting lineup for you in just a bit. We pretty much had to protect the equipment while it was raining pretty hard all the way up until about 5:50. And then it stopped briefly, and then it started back up again. But we're gonna play some baseball. Glad that you are joining us here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Lagrange led by their head coach, Donnie Branch. Got to the second round of the 4A state playoffs last year. 2022 and 2023 was a historic season for the Grangers. They both reached the state championship, but unfortunately lost to North Oconee both times. I remember 2022 because they staved off elimination against Cedartown. They staved off elimination against Heritage. I mean, they were just a team of destiny that year. And they had a freshman pitcher by the name of Caden Wood who pitched a beauty, a 1-0 game against Cedartown to reach the state championship. We are getting ready for this one. And Grady Westmoreland for the Grangers, leading things off against R.J. Griffin. Got Spivey over at third, Nodelman's at first. The first pitch to Westmoreland is in there for a strike. We are glad that you are joining us on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. That's high and upstairs. It's a 1-1 count. Two one, swing and a miss. It's 2-2 now. Tim Green behind the plate. A long time played football at Carver as a Harris County sheriff. That's popped up in our neck of the woods, and it's gonna take a roll down Forest Avenue for a 2-2 count. This is Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Happy Monday to you all. R.J. Griffin facing Westmoreland, and the pitch, that is smoked into center field. And that's going to be a leadoff single for Grady Westmoreland for the Grangers.
Now batting number 2, Rob Skinner.
Now Rob Skinner is coming up. Lagrange having a fantastic year. They swept Fayette County. However, they did lose to Troup County in 2 games, but they were able to get the win over Fayette County. And, you know, they made the transition down to 3A. They were a 4A school for the longest time, and got to play teams like Upson Lee and Mary Persons. Griffin's first pitch, that's in the dirt. It gets by Randall, in the turf rather. Gets by Randall. Westmoreland is going to take second base. And it's a 1-0 count. Griffin from the stretch. The pitch, it gets by Randall again. Westmoreland has got third base. And it's a 2-0 count. There's the pitch. It's in there for a strike. It's 2-1. Here's the 2-1. That is low, ball 3. The rain has briefly stopped, but it's looking like they will play through this if it sprinkles. Definitely have the equipment to protect the camera. Gets away from Randall, and Westmoreland decides, I don't want to risk it. That's going to be a walk to Skinner. So runners at the corners and no outs. There's a throwback over to Skinner. And R.J. Griffin's just trying to keep him honest. Griffin from the stretch. And that pitch to Grayson Cockrell is low for a ball. And it is 1-0 to the number 3 hitter with Mason Calhoun on deck. Runner goes. There's a ground ball. It's going to be in the right field, and that's going to be a base hit. And a run will score. And Lagrange takes the early 1-0 lead. Good timely hitting by Grayson Cockrell. And he gets an RBI. And the Grangers on top, 1-0. Mason Calhoun now coming up to the plate for Lagrange, who, by the way, Lagrange will take on Callaway. That's a rare matchup. You never see it in football. Rarely you see it in basketball, but you do see it in baseball. Two powerhouses up in Troup County. It's always the dream matchup we want to see in other sports, but we're going to get it in baseball. That's going to be up at Callaway High School tomorrow. Swing and a miss to Calhoun. It's 0-2. And when you talk about the Grangers as a baseball program, the entire town of LaGrange supports the Grangers, well, and Troup County and Callaway. There's 3 fantastic schools up there. But at the Branch, if you have been to a baseball game at the Branch, it is an experience like none other. It's like the whole town shuts down to go to the Branch. especially in that playoff run when Lagrange went to the state championship in 2022 and 2023. You talk about passionate fans. The Major League Baseball players like Mike Cameron played at Lagrange. The 0-2, that is just outside. We are live here at Randy Jordan Field. Randy Jordan Field on the campus at Columbus High. Griffin, the 1-2, runner goes, and there's a ground ball right down the line. The throw to first. Got him for the out. Trying to get him at third. Not going to get him. Lagrange leads 2-0. But they do get the out. And Mason Calhoun will get an RBI, 5-3 on the putout. And here comes Brandon Bennett, the first baseman. Starts him off with a ball. Griffin, that's a shallow pop-up, right field. Underneath it, the runner will tag. Here comes the throw. Cut off, and Nottleman could not get it. And it's now 3-0 Lagrange. So a sac fly for Bennett.
Now by number 9, Cooper Stevens.
And here comes Cooper Stevens coming up to the plate. First pitch to Stevens is fouled down Forest Avenue, and a souvenir for one of those lucky fans that's got one of the houses down Forest Avenue. I wonder how many baseballs are out there. There's a pitch. It's high and upstairs. It's 1-1. Cleanstones were rained out yesterday in Montgomery. They'll play a doubleheader on May the 22nd as that's popped up. Infield. Spivey camps underneath it and makes the grab as we go to the bottom of the first. Lagrange puts up 3, and Columbus coming up to bat. We'll be back on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. All right. Welcome back. Columbus coming up to bat. Cade Bryan's leading things off. Facing the pitcher, Caden Sutton, who's got a 1.73 earned run average. 5-1 on the season. And there's a 4-3 ground out. Caden Bryans with the first out. Christian Spivey coming up for Columbus. And that's line foul. And we'll go ahead and start it again. The 0-1, there's a little changeup, little dribbler that's going to go foul. And it is 0-2. The 0-2, fouled back. And the 1-2, swung on a miss, strike three. So quickly 2 away here in the first. And here comes William Randall, the number 3 hitter. That's going to be ball 1. Georgia Alabama Sports Live, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's high and away, ball 2. Michael Nodelman on deck for the Bluedevils. Trailing 3-0 here in the bottom of the first. Randall, the pitch, in there for a strike. Caden Sutton, one of the top pitchers on the Grangers team that seems to be in state title contention just about every year. That's in there for strike 2. Had a chance to see them last year a couple of times on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, including against Calvary Christian up at the Branch. And then it's Central. The 2-2. Oh, it just missed. And that runs the count full. 3-2. Sutton, payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Inning over and a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Grangers. We go to the second. Lagrange leads Columbus 3-0. We're back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
We are back here, top of the second inning. Caden Sutton leading things off for the Grangers. Griffin, first pitch to Sutton is fouled back. Look out. But we made it to game time. It has been raining all day. Griffin, the 0-1 to Sutton. Just missed. It's 1-1. Griffin from the stretch. Here's the 0-2. Is that an 0-2? The scoreboard says 0-2. I'm going to go ahead and change that to 0-2. National championship tonight, Houston and Florida. After this game, I'm going to check that one out. Here's the 0-2. And that's outside 1-2. Columbus will be back at it tomorrow against Jordan. The two top teams in the region. Mike Peacock will be on the call. The 1-2, and that's in the dirt. And it evens the count at 2-2. This game was originally supposed to be played up in Lagrange, but they switched it to Columbus. Here's the 2-2, and that's lined right to Spivey and makes a catch. Need to stab that one. Looked like that was sailing for left field.
Now batting number 4, St. John Lash.
So, St. John Lash coming up to the plate. And it starts him off with a ball. That's to be a strike. It's 1-1. Spivey, the 1-1 in the dirt. There's the 2-1, and that is in there, and it evens the count at 2-2. Griffin's 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That is actually strike 2. So it's a 3-2 count. I think the scoreboard was wrong all along. It was a 1-1 count. Scoreboard did say 0-2. Here's a payout pitch. It's lined in the shallow left. Underneath it. Making the catch for out number 2. Would be David Scott Livingston. And now Jackson Bozeman will be the batter. Quickly here with 2 away. At the top of the order coming up. One is outside for a ball. And it's now a 2-1 count. Place has so much history, so many great baseball players played here. Griffin, 3-0. Right down the middle. It's a 3-1 count. And the pitch. And that is line foul. That's a loud foul ball. Somewhere bouncing on 17th Street. Griffin's payoff pitch to Bozeman. That's going to be outside, ball 4, and a 2-out walk issued here in the second. And he'll be back to the top of the order. Grady Westmoreland, who singled and scored a run. Coach Livingston going to have a conversation with his pitcher. That's going to be all for R.J. Griffin. We're going to get a new pitcher. He's going to get his warm-up tosses. Will step aside. Lagrange leads Columbus 3-0. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. So we go to the bottom of the second inning. Lagrange leads Columbus 3-0 after Jonathan Miller pitches out of a jam. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hey, grab me one too.
Bottom of the second inning. Michael Nottleman coming up to the plate. He's got 4 home runs on the season. He's leading the Blue Devils. He had a grand slam against Glenwood last week. And Sutton starts him off with a fastball. Swung on and missed. It's 0-1. That one is popped up and out of play. It'll be 0-2. It's outside, 1-2. And the pitch, and that gets away from the catcher. It's 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to Nottleman for the first out. Now here comes Axel Serra. He fouls one away. The 0-1. Ground ball. Right to Sutton. Underhands it to first for out number 2. And Sutton is retired. The first 5 batters for Columbus. And here comes Maddox Anderson. Columbus has got some big region games coming up this week. Jordan tomorrow, Shaw on Friday. Both going to be here at Randy Jordan Field. That's going to be a strike, 0-1. And a foul ball. It'll be 0-2. And that's going to be a ball. There's a ground ball up the middle, a base hit for Maddox Anderson. 2-out single gives Columbus the first base runner of the game. Now here comes David Scott Livingston, the left fielder. Sutton's first pitch to Livingston is in there for a strike. You can tell it's gotten a little dark here as the clouds start rolling back. And the pitch to Livingston, swung on and missed for an 0-2 count. And the pitch. Strike 3. And Lagrange gets out of the jam as Columbus strands a runner. We play 2 here at Randy Jordan Field. The Grangers lead the Blue Devils 3-0. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Top of the third inning, Rob Skinner leading things off for the Grangers. Facing Jonathan Miller, the lefty. First pitch to Skinner is low, ball one. The 1-0. It's outside, ball two. And the pitch is inside for a ball three. Georgia Alabama Sports Live, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're live here at Randy Jordan Field. The 3-0. It's in there for strike one. And it's a 3-1 count. And the pitch. And fouled back. It's going to run the count full. So the Cleanstones have a day off today. They are going to travel 4.5 hours down to Biloxi to take on the Biloxi Shuckers. They are a minor league affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers. There's the payoff pitch, and there's a changeup, and that's going to be foul. We are 8 days away from the home opener at Synovus Park against the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. Cleanstones right now 0-2 on the season. Lost to the Biscuits 5-3 and 6-5 in extra innings on Saturday. And there's a little chopper. Got to hurry to get it. The throw, Miller, no. It's going to be an overthrow, and Skinner is going to get first base. Now Grayson Cockrell will be the batter. Miller's first pitch to Cockrell, swing and a miss. Grangers got to the second round of the playoffs last year, and for most Granger fans, that would be considered a disappointing season, especially with the state championship runs they made in 2022 and 2023. They're trying to make a state championship run again this year. But with the resurgence of Troup County, right now they are on top of the region, and they would be the 1 seed. Remember, 3A and below, they go off power rankings. Lagrange has been in the top 10 in most polls. Miller, the 0-2 runner goes. Curveball swung on a miss for strike 3. That is the first out, but that will be a stolen base for Skinner.
Now batting number 5, Mason Calhoun.
Now Mason Calhoun is coming up to the plate. Lagrange has had some great baseball players in the past. I remember Seth Stargell. He was just fantastic, part of that championship run. Of course, several Grangers went on to go play at Lagrange College. The baseball's been great there, especially in Troup County. Ryan Bliss now in the majors with the Seattle Mariners. We've had Josh McDonald over at CVCC. Callaway's had a good baseball team. A lot of great athletic programs up in Troup County. Miller back, and he gets back safely. And there's another throw back to second. Miller just trying to keep him at bay. It's a 1-1 count to Mason Calhoun. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled back. This broadcast is brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Gordy Eye Care, Kinetic Credit Union, Buffalo Rock Pepsi. We are live here at Randy Jordan Field. Top of the third. Runner goes. Swung on and missed for strike 3 for the second out. That's back-to-back strikeouts for Jonathan Miller, but the runner does take third.
Now batting number 15, Brandon Bennett.
These two schools used to be region rivals back in 2022. That was the last time they were in the same region together. Both teams have won state championships. Grange had that incredible run in 2004. Not just in baseball, but in football as well. 3 state championships in the early 2000s. The 1-1 inside. And it is a 2-1 count. To Brandon Bennett. That's going to be low, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Brandon Bennett, the batter. Facing the relief pitcher, Jonathan Miller. The 3-1. And that's hit on the fist. You got to get it. You got to rush to get it. I don't think they got to play. And Lagrange scores, and they now lead 4-0. Going to be an RBI single for Brandon Bennett.
Now batting number 9, Cooper Stevens.
And now Cooper Stevens is going to come out. Lagrange, approximately 45 minutes up the road, I-185. The home to the Lagrange Grangers, also Troup County and Callaway. In the gaps, they have Lafayette Christian. They also have Lagrange Academy in the GIAA. Runner goes. That's low. There's a throw down, and that's going to be a stolen base. Stolen base for Brandon Bennett. Here with 2 away. And a 1-0 count. To the batter, Cooper Stevens, who fouls one back. It's now 1-1. Miller checks the runner and steps off. Miller the 1-1. Low and in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tomorrow we've got a huge slate of games on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. There's a 2-1 and there's a ground ball right to the shortstop. Steps up, throws to first, in time for the out, but Lagrange puts a run on the board. We go to the bottom of the third. The Grangers now lead the Blue Devils 4-0. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
Welcome back here to Randy Jordan Field on the campus of Columbus High. It is the bottom of the third inning as Columbus coming up to bat, and that is Cody Mills, the number 8 hitter. And he swings at a low one. It's 1-2. Caden Sutton on the mound for the Grangers, led by their legendary coach, Donnie Branch. The 1-2, high and upstairs. It is 2-2. And stepping off the rubber is Sutton. And the pitch, swung on a miss for strike 3. That is the 4th strikeout for Sutton. What's been impressive is Columbus has only had one base runner. Smoke Blackman leading things off here with 1 out. Showing bunt, pulls back, and it's a ball. Nothing like the sights and sounds of the ballpark. You got the hamburgers, hot dogs, barbecue sandwiches cooking behind us. And the fans toughed it out. They got the umbrellas out there. Showing the little sprinkle, and that is up the middle. Blackman, oh, what a stop. The throw, could not get it. Blackman, they're going to give him a credit for a single. That was a very well hit play. That was a good play by the shortstop, Grady Westmoreland. Here comes Caden Bryans leading things off for Columbus. Here with 1 away. Sutton's first pitch to Bryans is low for a ball. The 1-0. And that grazes the outside corner for strike one. And there's a throwback to first. So tomorrow, we got Columbus Jordan, Brookstone Westfield School, Northside Harris County. And a hit and run in play, and that actually hit Caden Bryan. So Columbus is going to have 2 runners aboard here in the third. And now Christian Spivey, the batter. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Like the Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Spivey checks Blackman at second. Or Sutton checks Blackman at second. And the pitch is to Spivey. Spivey was nodding Blackman over at second, but Caden Sutton. The 0-1 to Spivey. Little chopper. That's going to be a fair ball. Throw to first. Got him at third. He did not throw to first. He went and tagged Blackman at third base for out number 2. Might have been a little bit of confusion there. Coach Mathis is having a conversation with the umpire. William Randall now the batter. So we got runner at first and second. With 2 away. Columbus last year got to the second round of the 3A state playoffs where they lost to Mary Persons in a winner-take-all Game 3. Trying to compete this year, be considered one of the top teams in 2A. But there is a lot of tough teams in 2A, including Pike County and Pierce County. Sutton, first pitch, and that is swung on and chopped foul. 0-1. Two years ago, Columbus went to the Elite Eight. They won 12 state championships. The last one was in 2012. And that is fouled away, 0-2. The 0-2. That's hit on the button. Right underhands it to second for the out. Columbus strands 2. As we played 3, Lagrange leads Columbus 4-0. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
favorite part about my job is meeting patients every day. They will crack me up every day. They make my day better. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that asks because of the scholarships, the teachers, the small stuff that you can't get at a university. They actually take the time out for each student.
Top of the fourth inning. And Lagrange coming up to bat, leading 4-0. Coming up is Caden Sutton, who is DH in today for the Grangers, and a fan of the Grangers, who we do have quite a few fans from Lagrange that made the trip down to Columbus. Just informed me that Callaway's going to be playing Lagrange at the Branch tomorrow. One-on-one count to Sutton. Miller, the pitch. Just missed. It's inside for ball 2. Miller, ground ball. Spivey charges it. Throws to first. The stretch by Nodelman and the out. So Sutton out on a ground out. St. John Lash now the batter. High and upstairs. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Low and in the dirt. 2-0. Miller from the stretch, the 2-0 pitch. There's a changeup high for ball 3. Miller, the 3-0 to Sin. Right down Broad Street. It's 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed. That runs the count full. Good job by Miller battling back. Payoff pitch, and that is low, ball 4. Sin with a 1-out walk. And now Jackson Bozeman will be the batter for the Grangers. Lagrange 16-9 overall, 10-4 in the region. They're in third place, but if you take out all the public schools, they're in second place behind Troup County, with Trinity Christian right now in second place. And they will face off against Trinity Christian in a 2-game series on the 15th and the 17th. This is a possible double play for one at second. The throw, and not in time. And Boatman beats it out. but Columbus does get the lead runner for 2 away. And now back to the top of the order is Grady Westmoreland. Coach Livingston going to have a talk with his pitcher. I think he's going to stay in the game. You would think that he's going to stay in the game. Nope, and that's actually going to be all for Jonathan Miller. We're going to step aside. We got a new pitcher coming up. It's Christian Spivey working the 4th. Back after this, a pitching change. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back. The throw goes into the outfield. It gets by Caden Bryans, and looks like Bateman, or is it Boatman? Bozeman's at third now. It's a 1-0 pitch, and that's foul back. It's 1-1 to the leadoff hitter for the Grangers, Grady Westmoreland. Spivey from the stretch, the 1-1 to Westmoreland, and that is outside for a ball. The 2-1 to Westmoreland. That catches the outside part of the plate. And it is strike 2. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch that is lined in the left center, a base hit. Bozeman scores. Westmoreland rounding first. And he's got himself an RBI stand-up double, and Lagrange now leads 5-0. Timely hitting by Grady Westmoreland. And now Rob Skinner is coming up to the plate for the Grangers. Lagrange will have 4 more games left in the regular season. Callaway tomorrow, that's popped up. Playable. infield. And Columbus gets out of the inning, but not before Lagrange puts up another run on the board. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Lagrange leads Columbus 5-0 here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock, and their partnership with everything that we do. And without businesses like Buffalo Rock, we wouldn't be able to go cover softball, volleyball games, every type of high school sport you can think of, local college games, and professional. So thank you to those businesses that support us, and specifically Buffalo Rock. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast after a nice long day, why not enjoy it with a nice refreshing Sorry? The best lemon lime soda around. Thank you to Sorry and Buffalo Rock for our partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Michael Nodelman, the batter. First pitch is swung on and missed for strike one. Caden Sutton working the fourth. Pitch to Nodelman, a chopper right to the first baseman for out number one here in the fourth. And now Christian Spivey is coming up to the plate. Or, correction, Axel Serra. Sutton's first pitch to Serra is away for a ball. And the 1-0. Foul back to the screen. 1-1. Sutton's 1-1 pitch. And that's going to be fouled back on Forest Avenue. Actually, it cleared the Troup County school bus that's parked on the side of the road. And, you know, Lagrange is used to coming down here. These two were region rivals in 2022, the 2021-2022 season. But then since the reclassification, Lagrange has been playing all the teams up in Noonan and Fayetteville. We used to lump the Lagrange and Columbus area in the same region. Here's the 1-2. And that actually hit the light. That actually, and it's a good thing that it hit like the outside. It didn't hit a light bulb. The 1-2. Curve, and that is high, ball two. We are here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Big shout out to all the fans who toughened it out in this one. That's foul back, and including Gerald Bedgood, a big supporter of Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Sports Visions, in attendance, sitting in his chair on the third base side and his favorite spot, and biggest Columbus fan I know. Here's the 2-2, and chasing, and Sierra down on strikeouts, and that's the fifth strikeout for Caden Sutton. So two away. And now here comes Maddox Anderson to the plate. Lagrange, 5 hits on 5 runs. No errors. Columbus, no runs. 3 hits and 1 error. First pitch to Anderson. Ground ball to second. Throw to first. And a 3 down inning for the Grangers. We played 4 here at Randy Jordan Field. Lagrange leads Columbus 5-0 back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Get ready to smile because it's Truck Month at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Take your pick of over 40 brand new Chevrolet Silverados, discounted up to $14,000 off while they last. New Chevy Equinox, the compact SUV featuring high-tech options, discounted up to $5,000 off. Enjoy no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Top of the 5th inning, the Grangers coming up to bat here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Richard Holdridge here on the broadcast. Glad to be bringing you this broadcast and trying to battle the elements, fighting off the rain pretty much the entire time. Did not set up the equipment until it literally just stopped raining. And there's a call strike, and it is 1-1. Spivey, the 1-1. Outside, ball 2. Spivey delivers the 2-1 pitch and fouled away. And it is now 2-2. To the batter, Grayson Cockrell. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, right to second. Throw to first, in time for the out. Before 3 on the put out. And now coming up is Brandon Bennett. First pitch to Bennett. And just missed. It's outside, ball 1. The 1-0. Outside, it is ball 2. Tim Green working home plate tonight, a longtime Harris County resident and former Carver Tiger. 2-0. Outside, ball 3, and he worked the Shaw-Columbus game as I talked to him pregame about a month ago. 3-0 to Bennett. Low, ball 4, and a 4-pitch walk issued to Bennett. correction, Brandon Bennett's coming up to the plate. That was a 4-pitch walk to Mason Calhoun. One wears 5 and one wears 15. Calhoun's going to get a courtesy pinch runner as he is the catcher. And that pinch runner, I believe, is Sam Burns. Or is that Nolan Haynes? Runner goes. The throw down. Got him! What a throw by William Randall to get the pinch runner Nolan Haynes for the second out. That throw was on the money. And it's a 0-1 count to Bennett. Or the 1-0 count, rather. Ground ball to second. Scoops it. Throws to first. In time for the out. So Spivey keeping Columbus in it. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The Grangers lead the Blue Devils 5-0 back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Bottom of the 5th inning, Caden Sutton still on the mound for the Grangers. And David Scott Livingston leading things off for the Blue Devils. Sutton's first pitch, chopper to third. Scoops it, throws to first. The stretch and the out. One down here in the 5th. 5-3 on the put out. Now Cody Mills, the batter. Mills pops it up. It's playable. Underneath it, making the catch is Grayson Cockrell for out number 2. And now here comes Smoke Blackman. Who was able to get a base hit last time up after beating out a throw. First pitch to Blackman is in there for strike 1. And there's strike 2. What a pitch there by Sutton. It's now 0-2 to Blackman. And the pitch. Strike 3. Got him, and another 3-up, 3-down inning for Caden Sutton. We played 5. Lagrange leads Columbus 5-0. We will be back. Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, Energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Welcome back here to Columbus High School, the oldest public school in Muskogee County, founded in 1890. And we are here at Randy Jordan Field, top of the 6th inning, and Lagrange leading 5-0. Spivey, first pitch, swung on a miss by Cooper Stevens, leading off the 6th. Got Coach Chad Mathis for Columbus, Coach Donnie Branch for Lagrange. As there's a changeup that missed, and it's 1-1 to Cooper Stevens, the third baseman. Spivey's 1-1 pitch in there for strike 2. So Columbus 12-13 overall, but they are 8-2 in the region. And that actually hit Stevens, and he's going to end up taking first base. Now here comes Caden Sutton. And we got a pinch runner coming in for the Grangers. That would be number 27, Quaylen Beasley. Popped up. It's playable. Blackman makes the catch for the first out. Now St. John Lash coming up to the plate. When it comes to Lagrange High School, you talk about excellence in multiple sports. There's this one on a miss. There's a throw, and it skips into the outfield. That's going to be a stolen base. Their football team, led by Coach Matt Napier, made it all the way to the semifinals, lost to Jefferson, but they had a very talented running back by the name of Malachi Fanning Render, who was absolutely extraordinary. The 0-1 popped up, foul down 17th Street, and it's an 0-2 count. And the stadium sound effects, I always appreciate them because that's when I got my first start with the West Tennessee Diamond Jacks back in 2006, working the stadium sounds and the walk-up songs for the players. The 0-2, there's a throw, and that saved by R.J. Griffin over there at third base. But it is a stolen base. For the pinch runner, Beasley. That's going to be a ball. It's 1-2. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Like the Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're live here at Randy Jordan Field. It's 1-2 pitch. High drive, deep, left field, going back. It's at the wall, and it bounces off the wall. Beasley scores. And that is going to be an RBI double. For Sinjosh Losh. And Lagrange now leads 6-0. Now coming up to the plate, Jackson Bozeman. First pitch to Bozeman is high for a ball. That is ball 2. Spivey's 2-0 is outside for ball 3. Top of the order coming up for the Grangers. Leading 6-0 here in the top of the 6th. The 3-0. Right down the middle, and it's strike 1. It's 3-1. Lagrange will play Callaway tomorrow at the Branch. Then they will take on Woodward Academy in a 2-game series against Trinity Christian. There's the 3-1. That's high, ball 4. Lagrange with runners on. Here with one away, and the leadoff hitter Grady Westmoreland is going to come up to the plate, but we are going to get a mound conversation with Coach Livingston and Spivey. Not sure if they're going to take him out of the game just yet. This has really been a bullpen game for Columbus. Tomorrow, a very important region game against the Jordan Red Jackets. Right back here, Randy Jordan Field. We will have the call on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Then on Friday, they will host Shaw, and then they will wrap up the regular season at Spencer and then versus Sumter County. So with that being said, the regular season in the GHSA will wrap up in a couple of weeks. We'll start the playoffs. Playoffs? That's right. That's coming. Grady Westmoreland, the batter. Spivey just needs to take his time. He's going to step off the rubber. Now he's back on. Pitch to Grady. High and away. 1-0 count. Spivey's pitch. High and upstairs. It's ball 2. Six to nothing. Lagrange leads top of the 6th over Columbus. The 2-0 to Grady Westmoreland is outside, ball 3. Spivey from the stretch. Fires away the 3-0 pitch, and it's popped up. Caden Bryans getting it. Makes the catch at the warning track and throws it quickly into the infield. No runners will tag. As Caden Bryans had to get there, he started trucking to the deepest part of the ballpark for the second out, and Rob Skinner coming up to the plate with 2 away and a runner at first and second. Believe it or not, the lights are on the ballpark, but It's been overcasted all day, and it kind of feels like the sun really never came out today. That is going to be a ball, 1-0. And it was raining all the way up to game time. Popped up. And making the catch is Smoke Blackman. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6. 6-0 Lagrange. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And welcome back here to Columbus High. Bottom of the 6th inning. Lagrange now leads 6-0. Starts him out with a ball. Sutton. Pitch. Fouled away. Down 17th Street. I hope it doesn't hit that car. Now there's 2 cars going pretty fast. It's a 1-on-1 count. And just missed. It's ball 2. Looked like a very good pitch. And that missed again. Ball 3. (3-1). In there for a strike, running the count full on Caden Bryans. The leadoff hitter with Christian Spivey on deck. Payoff pitch to Bryans, and it's popped up, shallow left. Actually, that's going to stay in the infield, and making the catch is Cooper Stevens for out number 1. One thing that Lagrange has done great is keeping the base runners off the base for Columbus. And now here comes Christian Spivey. And that's going to be a strike to Spivey, 0-1. Sutton, Spivey swings and misses, 0-2. Sutton's 0-2, strike 3, right down the middle, caught looking, 2 away. And now here comes William Randall. Caden Sutton has been dealing in this game. And that's going to be low for a ball. The 1-0 to Randall. Popped up. Out of play. It's 1-1. Here's the pitch. Ground ball into right field, and that's going to be a 2-out single for William Randall, or will it be? Oh, he's safe. They tried to get the rare 9-3 put out. You can't automatically assume that's going to be a base hit when it's hitting in the outfield, because you almost saw the 9-3 put out. That's how close it was. And I tell you what, if Rob Skinner was able to throw out Randall, that is making play of the game on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, because you never see the 9-3 put out. Well, that is going to be a single for William Randall, and now here comes Michael Nodelman, who leads the team with 4 home runs. He is tied with Connor Zitrower of St. Anne Pacelli and Kingsley Long of Shaw. Right now, Sam Brown, Mason McCrane, and Colton Armstrong are the top home run leaders and around the area. And there's a throwback. Kalen Sutton working the bottom of the 6th. The 1-1 to Nodelman. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 away. The pitch to Nodelman. And fouled away. And the one thing about the Lagrange Grangers, it's a team that we don't see that often, especially on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. They do face a lot of teams up in the North Metro Atlanta area, the Newnan-Fayetteville area, as that is popped away. But this team competes for a state championship just about every year. And they have one of the best to do it, Coach Donnie Branch, who's been doing it for a very long time. The 1-2. And there's a chopper foul. And Columbus actually played LaGrange's rival last Monday. They took on Troup County. Troup County won that game 7-0. Troup County was able to sweep the season series with LaGrange, and they're currently in first place in the region. The 1-2. Right down the middle, strike 3, inning over. 6 scoreless innings for Kalen Sutton. We go to the top of the 7th. LaGrange leads Columbus 6-0. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Top of the 7th inning. And the new pitcher on the mound for Columbus is Martin Heim. Bryson Cockrell, the center fielder for Lagrange, leading things off here in the top of the 7th. The Lagrange Grangers leading 6-0. We got the lefty on lefty matchup. And that pitch is low for a ball. Columbus will face Jordan tomorrow. Shaw on Friday. Lagrange is going to be hosting Callaway tomorrow. The rare Lagrange-Callaway matchup that we all have wanted to see in football. I ain't going to lie. That is the dream matchup. You talk about two outstanding programs up in Troup County. The 2-2. Ground ball right to second. Scoops it. Throws to first. In time, out number 1. Now here comes Mason Calhoun. We are live here at Randy Jordan Field, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Heim's first pitch to Calhoun, fouled away. Don't forget, we got a fantastic triple header tomorrow, starting with Brookstone and Westfield School. First pitch, 4:15. We'll also have Harris County Northside at Northside High, 6 o'clock. The 0-1, and that's gets away from Randall. It's 1-1. And then, I believe at 5:30 or 6, Columbus, Jordan. Right back here, Mike Peacock will be on the call. That is going to be for a region championship. The winner of that game will win the region. Shaw was supposed to play Calvary today, but that game got moved to Thursday. As that's popped up. Playable. Griffin calling. Ball. He's got the catch. I don't know if anybody remembered back when A-Rod was running the bases. I think the Yankees were playing the Blue Jays. And then he would just shout out, I got it. And then the infielder actually did not catch it because he just thought that the third baseman was catching it. So that was clever. You always see stuff like that every now and then. The 1-1, that's in the dirt and low. 2-0. So Mother Nature started cooperating around 6 o'clock. They got to play this game. We're here in the top of the 7th. And one of the benefits of having a turf field, it was raining maybe 10 minutes before first pitch, and they were still able to get this game in. 3-0, and that is a curveball outside, and Bennett, 4-pitch walk. Here with 2 away. And now Cooper Stevens coming up to the plate for the Grangers. Heim's first pitch is low, ball 1. I want to welcome everybody back from spring break, as today was the first day of school in Muskogee County. And we also hope that everybody was able to be safe from the storms from yesterday. The 1-1, that is fouled away. As it was confirmed, we did have an EF1 tornado that touched down in Midland late last night, around 8 o'clock. Well, not too late. Correction, that was 6. The tornado sirens went off at 8. And the mayor said that that was a false alarm. Heim, the 1-1. High, towering drive. Underneath it is Caden Bryant calling everybody off and says, I got it. And Columbus, they got 3 outs to go to try to get back in this game. They trail 6-0. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Final chance for the Columbus Blue Devils. We'll be back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
Last chance for the Columbus Blue Devils, bottom of the 7th inning. Lagrange leads Columbus 6-0. And on the mound to try to close this game out for the Grangers, Brandon Bennett on to face Axel Serra here in the 7th. And Serra fouls that one back. So the final line score for starting pitcher Kalen Sutton for Lagrange, 6 innings of work, 4 hits, no earned runs. And he is on for the win. That's an 0-2 count to Axel Serra. Bennett delivers the 0-2. That is outside for a ball. It's 1-2. So Lagrange in 3A this year. The 1-2. Fouled away. And trying to get back to that level they were at 2022 and 2023. They reached the state title. 2022, they went to Rome, lost to North Oconee in 2 games. The 1-2. And he fouls that one back. 2023, they actually played North Oconee to a 3rd game. That was at Coolray Field. They were able to defeat Lovett. I think they had a lot of elimination games in 2022. And that's golf down. Looked like it was going to be a ball, but Axel Sierra just trying to protect that strike zone. In fact, 2023, they defeated Shaw in the 2nd round of the playoffs. 1-2, and that is going to be fouled away. One thing that really benefited Lagrange in 2022 and 2023 was they were able to win the GHSA coin flip, and they got to host the semifinal, the quarterfinal, and it really helped them reach the state championship. Was not the case last year. 1-2, strike three, inside corner, got him. And there is one away, and Columbus down to their final 2 outs. Maddox Anderson going to step up to the plate for the Bluedevils. As Lagrange just trying to get out of here with a win and go up I-185. Happy with a W and getting ready for Callaway tomorrow. The 0-1. That is outside. It's 1-1. If you haven't been to the Branch, Granger Park, across the street from Lagrange High School, Adams Park, that's popped up, playable, checking off the third baseman, and making the catch is the shortstop for out number 2, and Columbus down to their final out. It's a very unique ballpark because of the bleachers, and you have the fans just parked everywhere. There's not a bad seat in the house when it comes to Granger Park, the Branch, as that is inside ball 2. And it also part of the Thread, which when I was working up in Lagrange, I used to run the Thread all the time. There's a little chopper right to Bennett. Throw to first. In time, Lagrange wins. They defeat the Columbus Bluedevils 6-0. What a win for the Lagrange Grangers. And as the rain's starting to come down, they were able to get this one through. But Columbus is going to have to turn around and play Jordan tomorrow. Lagrange will face Callaway. And the Lagrange Grangers end up coming down I-185 and getting the win over the Columbus Bluedevils. The winning pitcher, Caden Sutton, 6 innings. And he was able to only give up 4 hits, and he had 5 strikeouts, no earned runs. All right, this has been fun. Thank you, everybody, for watching us. As you could see the fans piling off the bleachers with their umbrellas. We were able to weather the storm, no pun intended. But I hope everybody has a great rest of your night, and we'll see you next time here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Once again, the Grangers defeat the Columbus Bluedevils 6-0. Have a great rest of your night, everybody.